So let's compare two really powerful tools today. One's called PSYCH-K, another one's called the Sedona Method. At the end of the day, all of these tools help us feel better. That's really the simplicity of it. To me, that's what it is. They just go about it different ways. So first I'll start with PSYCH-K. So PSYCH-K is a way to change subconscious beliefs. To be frank with you, I don't know how it works. I still don't know how it works. I've been facilitating for like over 2 years now. Still don't know how it works. I just know that it works. It helps us discover our limiting beliefs that we are not aware of, therefore they are subconscious, and transform those limiting beliefs into positive or helpful, uplifting beliefs. And the way that this can help us in life is like, imagine you're training at the gym. Okay, you're training at the gym and you want to build big muscles, but you have this belief that training is hard, I don't like it, I don't have much fun, building muscles is hard, so you have that belief as well. So those beliefs limit your capacity, your natural capacity to grow muscles, to do whatever you want. Compare that to, let's say, uplifting beliefs like my muscles grow easily, my muscles are strong, I enjoy working out, it's easy, fun, sustainable, and enjoyable. So we can see how different belief sets in our mind, they make it either easier or harder to get what we want. Sometimes even just changing a belief can result in very rapid changes. It's quite powerful because our mind is very, 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 very powerful. What we hold in mind tends to manifest. So the beliefs that we hold in mind tend to manifest in the world. We tend to experience life through the filter of our beliefs. So as we change those, we get very, very powerful changes. So that's what PSYCH-K is. It's very powerful. And by the way that I know this for myself is through my own experiences. I just simply changed around some subconscious beliefs. I help clients identify limiting beliefs, and I see the effect of changing subconscious belief. It's very powerful, it's very helpful. So one thing I'll share also with PSYCH-K, there's this beautiful tool called changing a subconscious perception. So this is quite interesting. From the PSYCH-K perspective, stress doesn't come from the situation in the past. Instead, it comes from the perception of that situation. So in PSYCH-K, what we can do is we can actually change the perception of the situation. Of course, we can't change the past. We can't change the memories, but we can change how they are perceived on a subconscious level. So there's this tool called changing a stressful perception, where we can actually change the stressful perception to one of peace and non-attachment. What does that mean? In English, it just means we can feel at peace inside very quickly about very stressful memories in the past. So that's very helpful. The cool thing is when working with clients, people can just hold in mind a memory. They don't have to tell me what it is. They don't have to talk about it. I don't even have to know what it is. They just hold it in mind. We do a stress perception transformation, and suddenly they feel lighter, easier, and more at peace about that memory. And that might be something that's quite traumatic. So that is where a lot of the power in PSYCH-K is, in my eyes. So summing that all up for PSYCH-K, PSYCH-K works on the level of beliefs. Okay, and the assumption with PSYCH-K is that I am someone who has beliefs. I know that sounds a bit strange, but that's the assumption upon which PSYCH-K works, is that I am this individual and I have these beliefs. Or I am my mind and I have these beliefs. And Sedona Method. So the Sedona Method comes at all of this very differently. With the Sedona Method, it's not about having new beliefs, but instead it's just about letting go of everything. And two, it's also about exploring. What am I? Exploring this presence, this sense of awareness, and discovering that you or we or I, that we are not our thoughts, we are not the beliefs, we are not the feelings, but rather we are the awareness present to all of that. So Sedona Method is more of a transcending beliefs. In my eyes, that's how I see it. It's more about transcending all beliefs and seeing what is left. And the cool thing about that is, as we let go and at the same time explore what we really are and start to notice that we are not feelings, thoughts, beliefs, but rather we're awareness, something really cool happens. Everything dissolves. Because just think in your life, right? Every problem, every worry, every feeling is hooked on me. Me. I have these. These are my problems. These are my worries. These are my limiting beliefs. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. Notice how it all centers with me. So what we do with Sedona Method is we explore this me. And we learn that there actually isn't a me. That might sound strange right now, but if you actually check through your direct experience, you'll start to see that this me is just an idea. It's just a concept. It's a perception. And as we start to look through it, we'll actually start to experience that sense that there is no me. So it's not a matter of believing or not believing. It's more a matter of experiencing for ourselves the direct realization of what we are. So in that sense, I just want to make it clear that I use both tools in my life. I use PSYCH-K, I use Sedona. I find them both helpful for different things. Like I was just running before and I did some balances around, like I am an athlete runner, something like that, and running is fun and easy. So I balanced that, balance meaning updating a subconscious belief. And I found that indeed it was, easier than usual to run. So I like playing around with PSYCH-K in that arena, in the arena of life in that sense. But where Sedona comes in for me a lot of the time is in letting go of the feelings that come up, of the shame, of the guilt, of the desires, letting go of that. And at the same time, going deeper and exploring the truth of what I am. For that, Sedona Method for me, that's my go-to. Whereas PSYCH-K for me is more help transform any like super stressful memories, any beliefs that I'd like to have that I feel might help me in some way. That's where I use PSYCH-K. But then I feel like Sedona goes a bit deeper to the center, to the root of all of this, which is the me. And it's more of an exploration of truth than it is even a technique. Like it is a technique, it does have processes, but it's really just about, as I've seen it, as I come to see it, just about exploring the truth of what I am, of what you are. So those are the differences between PSYCH-K, Sedona. Both are very handy, both are very powerful, different uses. One last thing, in my sessions with people, I start with Sedona because Sedona, the way it works is it's really just a bunch of questions, but it's a bit more than that. But as I have a session with someone and we're walking through the Sedona Method, that person that I'm with can pick up my intention. They can pick up the Sedona Method. They can pick up the exploration. It's like you sort of just get it. And then the cool thing is you can do it yourself. So you can then ask those questions to yourself. You can explore the truth of what you are yourself. One simple question is, am I that or am I that which is aware? Now, right now, that might not be energized by an experience. So it might just be a question. It might be like, what does that even mean? But through a session, that question, we really work with it. We really play around with it. And it's energized by a grounded experience. So you get to just play, what you like, sort of get it. You just get it and you can play around with it in your life. So what that means is clients, people can actually start exploring beyond the session. They can explore beyond the session. Whereas with PSYCH-K, if I have a PSYCH-K session with someone, unless that person knows PSYCH-K, unless you know PSYCH-K, you can't actually do it. And to learn PSYCH-K, you have to learn it in a workshop, which is like around $1,000. So the cool thing with Sedona is that you can just pick it up and start doing it yourself just through the session, which is really cool. And all this will make much more sense in an actual session together. So here's an invitation. So I'd love to meet you, have a session, and below you can book a time together. The way it works is you simply book, and after the session together, I'll send you a PayPal, and you can PayPal me whatever you'd like. You can also subscribe on Patreon. That's another way to financially support. This stuff is offered as a gift to you. You don't have to pay, but I do offer that as an option for you if you feel called to do so. I really do appreciate it. It helps me live my life. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in a session. This stuff's really powerful, so make the most of it or don't, but it's a really fun exploration. You'll be so surprised at how rapidly things can unravel. Hope to see you soon.